didn't have enough water already. And that was an unsuccessful attempt, but remember, people were looking for open land. They were looking for places they didn't have to dig stumps and cut trees and so forth. And that sounds kind of silly today, but remember that if you go into Grand Forest today, or what you identify as Grand Forest here, remember, if all those trees were about 4 times as big as they are, where would you start to clear acreage? Every one of these fields was hand cleared. When I built the house next to where Greg and Pam now live, I was pushing stumps out with Mickey Blossom's bulldozer one day, and I looked over, and my dad, who was about 75 or 80 at the time, 75, was crying, and I couldn't figure out, why is he crying? And so I stopped, turned off the bulldozer. He never cried. And I asked him what was wrong, and he said, well, your grandfather used to come home on a Friday night. He'd get off the steamboat. He'd come up from a stone job, working somewhere as a stone carver around Puget Sound. He'd come up and he'd come to the house and have a quick dinner. He'd go up in the field and he'd start digging on a stump. And he'd work in that stump till 11, 12 o'clock at night. And he'd go back, go to bed, and get up the next morning and work on that stump all day Saturday, all day Sunday till we had to leave back on the boat, or Monday morning to go back to the stone job. So, and he might do that for 6 or 8 weeks on one stump. So, and that was, of course, they really didn't have access to dynamite, stump powder, those sort of things that you have today, or any heavy machinery. So, it was obviously a very much a different world. And finally, the final picture I have, it's pretty blurry, but this picture is about 1912, and that's my Uncle Gordon jumping over 2 orange crates on Gazzam Lake while he was ice skating. So it's kind of a blurry picture, but he was very proud of that. Stack 2 orange crates straight up and make the leap. So I guess in closing, is this important? Yeah, it's very important. What you're doing is going to make this place a much better place to live, and that's going to be key to our kids and our grandkids and everybody else that's had the privilege of living on Bainbridge Island. So say thank you to all the generous donors, and I hope you'll continue to give and make this goal so that get these pieces of property accomplished and get them done.